We have a representative from the new company that has taken over from Southwest Water. What happened was Southwest Water sold to a company called Severn Trent. And as you know, there's been some challenges in converting the data from Southwest Water over to Severn Trent's system. We believe, as of today, it's in that 99% clean. So postings went out through the social media. There's copies of letters in the back. You should be getting your bills next week. And I'm going to let them talk. And did he hide? Or there he is. I thought they had run away. Now I'm only allocating them 10 minutes, and then you can go beat them up in the back of the room after that.
Well, I thank you guys for showing up. I'm going to introduce Fred. Fred's going to talk a little bit about Severn Trent, who we are, and you, Fred.
I wasn't quite ready to be brought up here that soon. My name is Fred Kriess, spelled K-R-I-E-S-S. When I was in elementary school, and I always gave my name, you can guess how they tried to spell it with that type of pronunciation. I work in customer relations for Severn Trent. And let me say that first and foremost that we are delighted to have the opportunity to serve your community. I was working in California about 10 or 11 years ago when this community was first being developed. And I thought back then it would be great to be able to be with a company that could provide service, and here we are. Just a little bit about Severn Trent, and I will be very brief. Severn Trent Services, and I'll come back to the services part of our name in just a moment. I've been with the company now for 7 years, and while we're one of the world's largest water companies, my experience with our company is we've never lost our values for providing service to communities just like yours. In that regard, we've been doing this now, providing water service and wastewater services to communities for about 40 years. And we serve 400 systems across the United States. One of the things that I think will allow us to work well with your community as we grow our service together is we provide service to a couple hundred districts back in the state of Texas. So we're experienced in working with districts just like Mountain House. One of the interesting things about our service is that if we're doing our jobs well and properly, you won't even think about us. That's why I like to call us the so-called silent service. I know we've had some struggles on the billing. What I would say, first and foremost, is these words up here really don't mean a thing. We're going to work very hard to earn your trust. We know we've got to work hard to earn your trust. And at the end of the day, you're going to judge us based on our performance. We'll do our very, very best to work hard for you. In terms of our company and our values, they're really very simple. We work hard to keep ourselves, each other, and those that come to our facilities safe, so they go home every day to their families safe. Secondly, we protect the environment and we deliver safe, reliable drinking water to our customers. Next, our third value, quite honestly, is taking care of our employees. They're truly our most important asset. And finally, coming back to the services part of our name, I would tell you that we'll never forget that without you, I wouldn't have a job, I wouldn't be able to support my family, and so we're just never going to lose focus of how important you are to us. So again, we're so delighted to be here and to have an opportunity to provide service to your community, and look forward to working with you, hopefully for many years yet to come, and give you our very best. Thank you so much.
I think, you know, there has been a lot of upset about the water bills. We understand that. Severn Trent has worked hard with Mountain House, and I think the decision was made after the first round of water bills was that we had to get it right. And that's why there was a delay in getting out this last round of water bills. So I believe they are, from what I heard today, at the end of the business day, they are about to be printed and they will be going out. There will be 2 months of water bills on that bill. Anybody who's made any payments, they should be seen on that water bill. But the goal is for you to get an accurate bill that reflects your water usage and the fact that you've made any payments. The other part of it is that obviously, because of the lateness of the July bill, there won't be any penalties incurred for you guys, by paying that late, because the fact that we didn't get the bill to you. And really the goal is, once this round of bills has gone out, we'll be reading the meters again next week. The bills then should be going out on a regular basis. And that's what we've been working hard. We've had a lot of people working a lot of time down in Houston to try to get this thing right for you guys. And we realize that's what you see. As Fred says, if the toilet gets flushed, you don't care. If you open the faucet and clean water comes out, you don't care. But if your water bill is late or wrong, that's when we get to hear about it. And that's, we are working hard to resolve that for you guys. And we do a lot of billing around the country. So we're working hard, that's all I can say. I'm based here in California for a while to try to make sure that we not only that we integrate all the employees of Southwest Water into Severn Trent and follow the Severn Trent way. So, okay.
I want to make a couple of comments, and then we'll take some quick questions. Just so you all know what happened, Southwest Water, but long before I got here, sometime last year, changed their financial systems from one system to SAP. It was a very, very bad conversion. And so you've all suffered through that. Southwest Water is no more. And they were bought out, they were sold to Severn Trent. So the garbage that came out of that SAP conversion is the file that went to Severn Trent. Those of you who work in computers, as I did for the vast majority of my career, know the old adage, garbage in, garbage out. So these poor guys have been trying to sort through that now to get your bills correct. We had almost $200,000 worth of unreconcilable payments when the file came from from Southwest Water to Severn Trent. We did not want to send those bills out to you. So we waited until we are down now to around $9,000 that are unreconciled. So some of you may get a bill that is incorrect. Call us, we'll fix it. The money is there. It came in with bad account numbers, or it came in a way that we are unable to determine where to put that money. So give us a call, we'll fix it, we'll figure it out. In Southwest Water, or in Severn Trent's corner, I want to tell you that we just had an audit by the Department of Public Health. They come out and audit, and the comments from the Department of Public Health was, we have a well-run water system. So that is a really high praise from the government regulators, if any of you deal with those folks. So they are doing a very good job in running the system. They're working through a very bad situation on the billing. And one last thing, and then we'll take questions, is the bill that you get that everybody calls a water bill isn't a water bill. It's a water, sewer, storm, and garbage bill. So you're going to hear us change the terminology to your utility bill, because it's not all about water. And if you think of paying that much for water, yes, it is high. But if you think that it's paying that much for all four of those things, In most areas, your storm drain is actually on your property taxes. Here, it's on a monthly bill. So that's the difference. Okay, questions?
Once the finances are reconciled, well, do you have, a website, or can you send to us some literature about the usage of water and its conversion cost to what we have to pay? Because the bills are relatively high, in my opinion.
We at Severn Trent, we don't set the water rate. So we base the bill on your water usage. So
Who can I talk to about that? Or where can I find additional information on that?
There was a study recently done by Discovery Bay comparing several of the regional areas that have had to go to tertiary water, which is what we have here. Anybody who changes anything to do with their wastewater system, which is where the majority of your bill comes from, not your water, has had to go to what's called tertiary treatment. Those people that have gone to tertiary treatment, we are not the highest in the area by any stretch. You do still have some of the older systems that are not on tertiary, and they are going to be making changes to their systems, and they're going to have to be doing multi-million-dollar upgrades. Here in Mountain House, because of when you were built, you were required to go tertiary from day one, so you're paying the cost of the tertiary treatment. I can share with you, if you send me an email, I'm out of the office next week, but I can give you a copy of that study that was done so you can see, and that was prior to Discovery Bay actually raising their rates. I believe their rates are now higher than ours as well. And it all has to do with regulatory compliance.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Between Southwest Water and the management company, is there a price difference like between these?
No, there's no change to the contract. They absorbed the contract as was. Yes?
Can you repeat the questions because we don't hear it?
Okay, he was asking if there was any change in the contract, if there was an increase in cost when Severn Trent will purchase Southwest Water. The contract was absorbed as part of the acquisition. There's no change to the contract.
How long is that contract in place?
It's a fixed, do you know what the term is?
it's 3-year contract.
So it's,
Is it 5? It's 5, sorry, 5.
but it's already,
Yeah, we're 2 years.
we're 2 years into a 5-year contract, so there's 3 more years left.
Jan, could you also please address the pledge component? We have a lot of new people here tonight. It's usually a surprise for a lot of people, but it's included in our utility bill. Can you explain what that is, please?
In many districts, when you build the infrastructure for your water and sewer, they do it in a bond, and you pay the bond off with your property taxes. That's not how it worked here. You actually pay for that infrastructure every month as a debt payment. It's called a pledge component. That's kind of a funky name, and it took me a while to figure out what they were talking about. Oh, that's debt service. Every month, there's a part of your bill, which is a large portion of your bill, that is paying off the debt for the original building. That is not money that comes to us. That is money that every quarter we write back to the people that hold the debt for the original water and sewer construction. So that's what that's all about. Yes?
I got an easy. In our own field, we used to receive a community letter of events and all. Will we continue to do that, or is the bills coming from Texas?
You'll get the announcement in. Will your bills continue to have the little one-page announcements? That will continue to be in your bill.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, Southwest Water printed in Texas as well.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
As the community grows, is the pledge amount, the debt that's owed, is it spread out over more people, or is it a set amount per?
It's a set amount. As you get more and more people, we can actually start paying off the debt. If you look at no, actually, right now, the money that comes in from the utility payments does not make that bill. The general fund is subsidizing your water and utility to the tune of about $870,000 this year. And it'll probably be about the same next year. As the community grows, that subsidy goes down. And as you pass the payback period where you're now earning more from the number of people that are in the community than what you're paying out, then you will start paying back the general fund. It's a debt payment. So it's a long time before it's like a 35 year payback time. And at that point in time, you're looking at upgrades. So, or God knows what the regulatory situation is going to be in this state in next year, much less next month. So,
Who are you responsible for negotiating that deal?
is Eggman? You'll talk. Assemblywoman Eggman's staff is here. That's all done in Sacramento.
Is that also separate from Melrose? That's the topic?
There are no Melrose in Mountain House.
This is the placement of that?
This is in lieu of Melrose. Yeah. Okay. Again, Severn Trent has a table right back at the back, and they'll be here for a while to answer questions after the meeting. Please feel free to talk to them. If they don't have an answer, maybe somebody here from the Mountain House staff will have it. If I don't know because I'm new, we will get someone back with you. Write your question down, get someone back with you who can answer that question. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
On a brighter note, we have our new superintendent here this evening. Superintendent Kirk Nicholas, great addition to the community. We're really happy to be working with you.
Good evening. I was hoping Ben wasn't going to be here tonight, so you would think that I was a taller person. The giant guy walking in the door now with baby Faubert is our new high school principal. I think you know him, Ben Faubert. I'd also like to acknowledge board member Sharon Lampel here in the audience. I don't know if any of our other board members are here. If they are, please. There's David Pombo waving. So let me talk a little bit about an amazing school district that our children in this community go to. And I want to start by giving you 4 numbers. One number is 872. The second number is 910. The third one is 26. And the fourth one is number 1. Wow. So let me tell you what those mean. And it's not Ben's height. 872 is the API score of our district, which makes us the highest performing unified district in San Joaquin County. 910 is the API score for Bethany Elementary, which makes it the highest performing K-8 school in the area. Neighborhood K-8 school. 26 represents Lammersville Elementary School and the 26 points that it went up on its test scores, moving it from a position as number 4 in the district to the position of number 2 in the district. A huge accomplishment when you're at 800 plus. And go ahead, yeah. And finally, number 1, and this is very, very important. It's very rare that you get a chance to say that my kids go to a highest performing district. It's really important that when you're out in the community, talking to your neighbor, talking about schools, whether it's your children or grandchildren's schools, or just the community in general, that you let everyone know, including the communities of Livermore and Tracy and Stockton and the surrounding areas, just how special this place is. Because we get to say, we're the highest performing. So congratulations to the entire community, the kids, our staff, our teachers, our principals, our board, everyone's working together. A lot of great work's going on there. And those are the 4 numbers I'd like to start my presentation with. So we have a really unique thing going on. We're building 2 schools at one time. A comprehensive 912 high school, the Mountain House Mustangs, and Altamont Elementary. And if you follow Facebook, I took a picture and we sent it out a couple of days ago. And you can see that all of a sudden the dirt has become buildings, or at least frames of building, and things are moving on. So in terms of an update on Mountain House High School, the buildings that you see are currently 45% of the way done. So things are moving along very fast. But also some other neat things are going. If you drive past, you can kind of see where the track's going to be, which means in the middle of the track is the football field. And in the back of the property, you can see the backstops for the baseball diamond, at least the varsity boys one, and where the fences are going to be. So very slowly but surely you're going to see a transformation, the exciting kind, not where they put the wires in the walls, but the buildings coming together. The bell towers, I understand, have passed regulations. They're talking about stucco in the last meeting I went into. So as you move along, remember you're watching something extraordinary happen. There's very few high schools being built in California. And it needs to be acknowledged, the work of Dale Hansen, the board, and this community to fight for that cause to build what really is going to be a 21st century high school. It's going to be a very special place for the community to enjoy for years to come. My buddy over there with that beautiful kid in his arms is a visionary. And there are some very special things that you're able to do when you build a new high school. You don't have to worry about an old building. When people say 21st education, you get 21st century education, you get the opportunity to think a little bit about, well, what does that really mean? Because we can decide what kind of computers we're going to use. We can decide how much online experience, how much of the global information economy our kids get, while at the same time maintaining the small community spirit that makes Mountain House and Lambersville Unified a very special place. So on Thursday afternoons, my favorite time of the week, Ben, myself, Tracy, and Dr. Cush Gill meet and we talk about the progress of the week. We get our to-do list and we go out and we get things done. So I can tell you right now that a very progressive, forward-thinking 21st education program is being built as we speak. Little by little, month by month, there'll be community principal coffees, we're calling them, where you can ask questions and hear from Ben and other folks from our district. But the big idea I want to leave you with is the traditional experience that most of us had, textbook-driven, teacher talking at the front of the classroom, test on Friday, multiple choice. We're looking in a totally different direction. It's where the world is going, it's where technology is leading us, and we have the great fortune of, because we have a brand new facility, to be able to do some of the progressive ideas that other districts are going to envy us for our ability to do so. And so finally, let me talk a little bit about a couple of other programs going on. We have a strategic plan that began last spring. And we went out to the community and asked, what are you looking for? What kind of experience do you want your children to have, the surrounding school to have, and the district as a whole? And out of that was a compilation of information that has led to 5 areas of concentration. The areas of concentration are really where my work is going to be done. It's about building on a strategic plan where all of our stakeholders, including the community, understand what we're doing now and where it's going to lead to. So the 5 areas of concentration are student achievement, district culture and leadership, fiscal strength, parent and community relationships, and building a 21st century high school. And what you're going to see coming out over the next months is all the specifics that fall within those areas so that we can say to the community, we went out and asked you what you wanted us to do and here's how we're doing it. Finally, there was a final reach out to the community through our back to school nights where we asked one more time, these are the 5 areas of concentration, but is there something else you're really looking for the school district to do to provide the greatest educational opportunities for the children who attend our district? And so that, again, probably around November, early December, you're going to see a form come to those 5 areas, and that will be the work that my team at the district and the teams at the school sites will be rolling forward. And then the last thing I'd like to say is the great thing about being a new superintendent in the, let me say it this way, the highest performing unified district in the area is that you don't have to come in to be a reform agent. You don't have to go in and say, well, these things are screwed up, and so therefore we're going to change all this stuff. So my job is really not to screw anything up, because things are running really well. But there is a reality to what we're doing, and that is that there's a national standard and a change in our state assessment called Common Core State Standards. So I'm not a change agent, however change is coming. And so with our high-performing students and our excellent teachers, principals, site staff, and the like, our district office staff, we do have to make some changes. And our board adopted 2 initiatives that are the first steps that we're taking in order to meet what is called higher rigor, higher order thinking, questioning strategies, and a change to teaching that your children will know over the next 10 years. And the two programs that the board adopted one's called MAP, Measures of Academic Progress, and the second one is called Rigorous Curriculum Design. And without going into too great a detail, MAP is going to give us an opportunity to look at where our children stand in their reading and math by skill. It starts with the score falls within a range, and the range can be broken down into skills they've mastered, skills they're working on, and skills they've yet to master. And so on early release Friday, your teachers will have data on every child, or by grade level, or by class, or by school, and they can have a very deep discussion about what can I do next to help my kids either expand and enrich in where they're already at, or help them catch up if they've fallen behind. So we're very excited about bringing that to our district. And the final piece is rigorous curriculum design, which is we're going to ask our teachers to be the design team that build the curriculum with 21st century skills in mind as we make the transition slowly to the new assessment Common Core State Standards. So that's my quick overview this evening. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to step aside. Jan she said if I was talking too much, she was going to walk in, so she's standing up. So thank you very much.
Mountain House is very pleased and blessed to have an energetic, alive new superintendent who's doing a great job with a great school district. And I don't want to slight all of you who are in the room. We not only want to thank the teachers, the administrators, and the kids, but each and every one of you who's a parent, because it starts at home and it ends at home. So thank you.